Hello, everyone. I'm Resh here from the Things Industries. Welcome to this webinar. Today, we are going to be looking at zero-touch provisioning with Kerlink gateways. Yeah, my name is Rish. I think some of you might know me. And yeah, today, just setting up a few like some agenda points. So we have a nice demonstration on how to do zero-touch provisioning from Kerlink. We have a straight walkthrough, and followed by that, we'll do some Q&A. So if you have any questions on zero-touch provisioning or anything to do with the gateways, please feel free to comment in the chat section. Just a little bit about who I am and what we do here at the Things Industries. So I mostly do commercial sales and business development, and we at the Things Industries, our main product is LoRaWAN network server, which we offer it as a cloud, and we offer it as an on-premise enterprise options. And a lot of times we do get these requests from people that, hey, I have a big project, I want to connect a lot of gateways, but provisioning them, it's a bit of an overhead. It takes a lot of time and effort. So this is quite a common request that we keep getting across our customer base. So we thought that why not do a nice webinar, which would be quite useful for our customer base and also for other people to see how they can optimize this whole process. So zero-touch provisioning, just to kind of set up the theme for this webinar, it really is a process through which you are able to provision your gateways to the Think Stack without actually opening up the box or without actually needing some expert to do this. And together with Kerlink, we have been working with them and their team for quite some time. And we're very happy to announce this zero-touch provisioning procedure now. It's available on ThinkStack. I have two guests from Kerlink, Jan and Julian. I'll pass it on to them. And over to you, Jan.
Thank you, Rich, for giving us the opportunity to speak to the attendees. Thank you for this organization. As usual, very well organized with you guys. So yeah, I am with Julian, who is just close to me actually. I am Yann Bauduin. I am the sales manager of Kerlink. I will explain in details in a few seconds. And Julian, maybe you can introduce yourself.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Julien Catalano. I'm the principal architect for Kerlink, and today I will demonstrate the zero-touch provisioning after Jan explains the context.
Yeah. So as Rich just explained, we are here today to describing and doing a demo about the zero-touch provisioning with Kerlink gateways. So basically, we just introduce each other, but we will do a short intro about Kerlink and what we do, and after that, just moving rapidly to a live demo about how to use this zero-touch provisioning with the Things Industry solution. And also, we will complete this webinar by explaining how to get started with the solution. Just in a few words, personally, I am so Jan, as I explained to you, I am a sales manager, what means that I am managing a full team of colleagues who are spread all over the world. So we are in France, of course, as you can hear from my French accent, but also we are located in India, Japan, Singapore, and also in the US. This is now 19 years I am in Kerlink, and this is my background, and I'm more, let's say, technical oriented at the beginning after becoming the sales director of Kerlink. Maybe in a short words, Julian, you can also explain your role in the company.
Okay, it seems that I'm hard to read, so
yeah.
Let me put that back. So I'm the principal architect. I'm participating in the construction of every single Kerlink product. And I'm also participating in the standardization, especially in the LoRa Alliance, where I have active participation in the technical committee, and I'm a board member as well. And also in the Alliance, UCFI Alliance, where I also participate in the technical committee. I am also part of the innovation team, where we do advanced and future projects.
Okay, thank you, Julian. So Kerlink, in a few words, this is 19 years of experience in IoT. Well, at the beginning, machine to machine, but now IoT. We are clearly positioned as a gateway manufacturer. So our focus is on the infrastructure only. And so this is also why we partner with the SING industry to provide our customers a good combination between good gateways, very good gateways, and a very professional solution for the LNS part. We are the Mombing founder of the LoRa Alliance and for UCFI, as just explained by Julian. In a few words, you can see Kerlink as a carrier-grade IoT connectivity enabler. Our gateways are very robust. We offer lifetime guarantee on our products, and this is a very unrisky solution for LoRaWAN deployments. We have many deployments over the world in many countries and plenty of customers. We have a very attractive track record in terms of customers. We can mention people like Orange or Tata Communication, for example, we deploy for. So coming to the subject, the point is how to move from the warehouse. Let's say the picture on the left here, that is typically a Kerlink's warehouse, and how to come from this to the real deployment. So this arrow coming from left to right here just illustrates the fact that there are many challenges to face between these two steps, these two milestones in the project. So this is, of course, painful, costly, sometimes risky to deploy. And so the added value of Kerlink is to find solutions for our customers to facilitate. So, of course, today we won't address everything, logistics part, installations part, wiring part are not addressed there today. But what we want to address today is about the configuration part that is indeed in that milestone. So what we can see from our customers, what we can hear from them is that they have some challenges to save operational costs, and especially avoiding some manual provisioning and manual configuration of the gateways that is really takes time and a matter of wasting time. Also, configuring a gateway as infrastructure can lead to human errors, and it also quite costly in terms of managing such issues. The complexity itself, many times you don't have engineers to install the site, and you have to also to do with some people that are, let's say, less skilled in terms of possibility to do the configuration. So this is also a matter to address. And there is also a matter of scalability, of course. If it is acceptable to configure manually one gateway, I'm not sure this is still the case for 500 gateways. So we have altogether to provide you with solutions to facilitate this. So this is actually our value proposal here. We want to make the provisioning much easier than previously, with some automated tools and secure process. We want to simplify the configuration and supporting some generic and specific configuration, including configuration not only of the firmware of Kerlink, but also the LNS part, or maybe some script and packages that are needed on the gateways. And at the end of the day, what is the final thing is that we want to maximize the customer experience and really to have an easy way to deploy out of the box the gateway. So this is a topic we address here today. So we do this thanks to something we named the Magik link. So I would like to introduce to you. So this is a feature that we have developed some years ago already, and we deploy more and more since 2019. We had quite a huge number of gateways already using this mechanism. We have especially experienced that solution when we were addressing the helium projects, and we did some frequent updates on the gateways thanks to this tool, to this process. So this is a two-step mechanism, and that is fully transparent for the user. You have on the gateway an initial trigger that downloads the script from a Kerlink server, and this downloaded script then runs and performs requested operations. This Magik link, so this is the definition of this Magik link, and this Magik link can be used for unlimited number of gateways, so and as many times as you need. So that means that when you have a fleet of gateways with one definition of this Magik link, you can manage all your fleet with one single operation at the very beginning of the deployment. After that, the gateways will run this Magik link. So this is very, as you can understand, this is very useful to reapply the settings of a gateway on every gateway of your fleet, or by, let's say, a cluster of gateways you can manage. If you have different customers with some different configuration, you can easily configure that thanks to this Magik link. The different parameters that can be managed by this Magik link are, well, many. Of course, you have the software release itself, including the firmware, the secure boot activation. You have the possibility to define the packet forwarder configuration itself, so including radio topics, class B, listen before to, whatever. And the forwarder itself, you can provision some different forwarder, like the basic station, for instance, or the self-provisioning in the LNS backend. You have also all the configuration about the security, like OpenVPN. We can manage the certificates thanks to this Magik link, thanks to this script. And also the backhaul configuration, that is always a challenge, or often a challenge, like the Wi-Fi configuration, the IP configuration as well, the cellular topics, like typically APN, you can predefine for once and deploy after on your fleet. And also some internal mechanism, like the backhaul priority between, for example, Ethernet, cellular, Wi-Fi, and so on. So these are the main parameters that we can manage as an example. But for also you can manage any script of your specific needs. So like changing password and having some DNS configuration, different DNS configuration, and so on. And so you can also have some applications related topic about some mechanism you want to address with your gateways. So how to use and trigger this Magik link? So we have, let's say, the legacy method or old-fashioned method, let's say, with or using SSH with a single line command to copy and pass this Magik link and after that to run the script. You have a local web interface. You can use it, and of course also you have a possibility to insert a USB stick and just have a plug and play mechanism using this USB stick. But these methods are, let's say, quite manual and not so automated. So the new method we propose here, and this is the essence of the ZTP, so this is a zero-touch provisioning mechanism. This is a 100% automatic process that we will define in 1 second. So this is this demo that we will run right now is, as we will see, is a really fully plug and play solution. As you open the box, you power on, and everything will be then automated. So yes, this is now time for a demo and to see it running.
present zero-touch provisioning for LoRaWAN gateway. My name is Julien Catalano. I'm the principal architect for Kerlink, and I will do a demonstration of the ZTP or zero-touch provisioning for the LoRaWAN gateways. So let me show you first some slides, and then I will go through the demonstration. So what is zero-touch provisioning for Kerlink? We call it ZTP. It's a process which will take 3 steps in this demonstration. So all the steps are secured and are transparent to the users. So there is no action for the user to do. And we can summarize the 3 steps in those 3 items. So first we get a certificate. Then we do the Magik link. I will explain that. And today we will connect to the TTI API, so to provision my gateway onto the Things Industry console. So this is an example of ZTP. You can do many other stuff, connect to other LoRaWAN network if you want, but this will be the demonstration today. So the initial step, the step number 1, is authentication. ZTP is secured with a private key, which is burned into the factory line. So it's used for certificate client-side certificate authentication. The gateway retrieves when it boots at startup. As soon as it's online, it retrieves its certificate on the first boot. So this is executed only once, and that certificate will be used in the steps later. So it connects to the Kerlink server and gets your certificate back. The step 2 is the main part is the ZTP execution. So what we call a Magik link. Once online, the gateway will try over and over again to retrieve its Magik link. So if there is one, if our support team configures one, which is associated with that gateway in the Kerlink backend, it is sent to the gateway. The gateway receives that link and execute the scripts automatically. This procedure is a one-shot, meaning that the Magik link is executed only once, and then ZTP keeps dormant. So that's the same process where we connect to the Kerlink server and we get a script, a script which is called Magik link, and we execute it. Step number 3. In this example, ZTP will do the self-declaration on the LNS backend. So this is for the Things Industry backend this time. So it's executed, and it can. So the script makes the gateway self-provision into the backend. So it's an automatic execution, and the gateway will self-register on the TTI console and download the required credentials to connect to the LNS, so the basic station and the CUPS credentials. You'll see that it's also installing a basic station if it's not there, and also can do more things like firmware update. So I will demonstrate that. Overall, the ZTP is quite a fast process, and actually it doesn't matter that much because it's really zero touch, so it's happening without user interaction. But for today, it's a bit more important because you'll see the demonstration live. You have to take into account the gateway boot time, which is around 30 seconds. The certificate download, which is just a few seconds. The Magik link download is also very short. It's a small script, and then depending on the operation, it could go up to 5 minutes, especially when we do firmware update. So from the unboxing to ready and operational, we believe that a Kerlink gateway can be ready in less than 5 minutes. All right, so now let me move to the demonstration. So I'll show you my setup. So here I have a Kerlink gateway. It's a WireNet ISAP2cell Ethernet. So it has two connectivity. It has a USB port which is plugged right now onto my computer. This USB port has 2 usage. One is for powering the gateway, obviously, to get power to the gateway, And the second one is to get access to the local interface when we have no network access. So that's the case now because Ethernet is unplugged. I will plug it as soon as we start the demonstration, but for now it's unplugged and I'll show you why. So let me bring on screen the local interface of the gateway. So you see that we are connecting through IP address, which is 120.1, which is the local address through the USB port. Okay, let me log into my gateway with the usual admin and its password. So there you see that I have no Ethernet, it's disconnected obviously, as we can see here. And also what I want to emphasize is that the firmware version is 5.4.4, which is the stock version of that particular gateway. And so I will execute a Magik link which will upgrade that firmware, and that will do declare, install and declare my gateway onto the things console. So I have here one more tab, which is the ThinkStack console on the Things Industry. That's my Kerlink account. So I already have one gateway which is there, which is an iStation. It's connected. It has been there for a few hours now, and if everything goes well, we'll see that gateway, the IZ2 connected straight into that console. So I'll show you the Magik link, but first let me do the plugin. So I'll take a cable, a Ethernet cable, plug the gateway in, and as you saw, the gateway is trying over and over to get its Magik link. So to fasten the process, I will go to the administration console and simply reboot the gateway, so it will go much faster. Because at boot it tries straight away, whereas during the process it tries every few minutes, so we don't have to wait. So you'll see the LEDs. Let me put that back big. The LEDs, we are rebooting, and you might see hear some beeps about the USB unplug and replug on my computer, but that's okay. So we are plugged in, and doing ZTP download. I will show you actually what's under the hood. So this last tab is our internal software, internal console. This is the 1SE operational assistant, where our support team, so it's really a back office interface, and it's only meant for internal support team. But this is where you will see we declare and we build Magik links. So that particular Magik link I've built for this demonstration, and you see that there are several information. So the first one which I want to highlight is that this Magik link is gateway restriction, meaning that I had to tell that particular gateway should be able to take that Magik link, but no others. So let's go into the meat of the Magik link, which are the operations. So I have defined two operations for that Magik link. The first one is a custom package installation, where actually I will upgrade the KRS, so the Kerlink operating system firmware, up to the version 5.9. So this is something I do for the demonstration only. This is not necessary to connect to the Things Industry or to any basic station LNS, but this is to show you in the local interface that the upgrade has been done. And while I'm talking, you'll see that the gateway will do some rebooting and some blinkings. So please keep an eye on that. Yeah, maybe it's easier like that. And the second step will be the installation of a packet forwarder. So there I've configured the Things Industry template with basic station. And what I had to provide to my support team is my API token, so that the gateway can declare itself onto my ThinkStack URL. So this is I do have a ThinkStack. I do have a Kerlink ThinkStack access on the Things Industry, and sometimes you require to get the API region. There it's automatic because I'm in Europe. So there we have it. And while I'm talking, you see that the gateway has rebooted once more. So it's booting right now. You see the LED blinking here. Let me put that big, larger. So we should be in the process of installing the new firmware and installing the basic station. So let's get and have a look at the things console. Our gateway is there yet, so it's not there yet. It's still booting. It will be declared very soon. So meanwhile, let me show you also what our support team can see on the operational assistant itself. So we also have, in addition to the declaration of operation, we also have a view on what's happening on the deployment. So you see that I have a single gateway on that Magik link, but I can have as many as I wish. And then I see all the operation that happens. So you see that I have 2 operations there, plus obviously the script downloads. So that has happened several times during my other demonstrations, and it should happen once more today. And obviously we also have full logs of what is happening with the dates and all the operations. So this is really more for debugging or troubleshooting. We do have also tracking of the version of the Magik link, so that we know, for instance, that there I changed something that I wanted that it really takes the firmware 5.9 and not the latest version, but you can also have the latest version. All right, so I'll try to connect back to my gateway now. Let me refresh that page and see how it went. So now I'm connected here. You see that the firmware version has been upgraded. You see that it's just freshly booted. The CPU is still running high. And if I look at my LEDs there, it has turned green on the network status, meaning that I should be connected to the things, to my LNS, and there it should be the things industry. So let's see on the things console how it goes. Let me refresh that page. And there you are. We have a second gateway declared on the things, which is connected since a few seconds already. So that's my iZeptocell Ethernet. As I said, it's connected. We can go there and see what's happening. So we have uplink messages. Yeah, I didn't tell you, but that LED is blinking every time we get a message. So you should see it blinking as well, the top LED. And there you are. So it's fully operational in less than a few minutes now. All right, so let me bring that back. Thank you very much for your attendance, and if you have any question, let me know. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Julien, because Julien is still with me, even it was recorded. So I will just share the presentation again with another format. Yeah, okay. So after this impressive demo from Julien, you probably wonder how to get started with that mechanism. So a few explanations. So how you can get your Magik link? This is quite easy, and depending on the supplier of the gateway you have in hand, finally the process is still the same. So you may have bought your Kerlink gateway from a distributor, so you can easily find on our web page, depending on the country you are located. You probably have a distributor. You may have bought supplied the gateway from the Sync shop. You can see on the right part of this slide that our gateways are available on the SIG shop interface website. And you also may have bought directly from Kerlink. But in every case, you contact your main interface in the organization who have supplied the gateway, and you request for your Magik link. So you will have a personalized configuration after some discussion with a customer success manager, with a support, to configure and define this file, this script you will need for the configuration. So this is today how it works. Now we are, of course, working hard, and the progress has no limit. So the step one for the next milestones will be that having, after the zero-touch provisioning, also having the zero-touch maintenance, because you can easily understand that all this mechanism explained by Julian can also run all along the time, not only at the initial configuration of the gateway. So that means that after, from time to time, the gateway can just check if there is on the server a new configuration to adopt. Let's take an example of a security breach in the software that needs to be solved rapidly. Then in that case, you do not need to organize some session and to send people on site, or to do the manual configuration gateway per gateway, solving this security breach. You just have to solve it once in the script, and saying, okay, we have the correction, and this is deployed automatically on every gateways that will run this zero-touch maintenance process. So this is one possibility for the close future, and the other close possibility we have in the future is that you can have a fully automated process. We work hard today on this. This is still not available, but our intention is that you could avoid to enter into contact with your interface, define together with the support the configuration itself. We would like to offer you the possibility to do that by yourself. So with less, let's say, inertia in terms of interfacing some people and defining the configuration. So if we can really move forward in that direction and progress on that direction, I think you will have a full autonomy when configuring your fleet of gateways. Well, that's it for the presentation. Thank you for your attention. And so we can also, I believe, run some question and answers, I think.
Great. Thanks, Jan and Julian, for this really insightful walkthrough. Yeah, I mean, I'm already quite excited and looking forward to seeing this in action across our customer base. But I think also just before we dive into this Q&A, yeah, for anyone who has questions, please feel free to post them in the chat, and I will take it up. So one of the things that we keep getting a lot of times is, so who is this? Like, who's the target audience here with this ZTP? And I think just looking at all the different players in the ecosystem, I think there are two that really stand out, and maybe Jan, you can add more on this. But the ones that I see it's definitely of interest to them are distributors or value-added, let's say, resellers, and then the customers directly, because a lot of times what we see is customers place an order directly with you or yeah, through another distributor. Then they get the gateways, then they have to open it up, then they have to configure it, and then they have to send it to their site. All of this takes a huge amount of time, huge amount of resources. So I see that this is really yeah, it solves a lot of pain points for the customers. But would you what other type of customers would you identify for whom this would be easy?
Well, I believe that actually the answer stands in your question already. Back to one of the first slides I commented, the challenge in deploying LoRaWAN networks is there, I mean, for different profile of customers, of users even. So yeah, if we just profile with end customers and distributors, both of them have more or less the same challenge to ease the installation process. The end user is rate sensitive to the operational cost and the installation cost. So if we can save this and help by using the ZTP, it will be clearly a way to save cost and to have a very efficient deployment of LoRaWAN network. So this is for end users. For, let's say, channels, globally speaking, who manage different profiles of end customers and users. This is also a challenge to manage, different configuration. When you ship 5 gateways to one customer and 10 more to another one and 15 more, it can really bring some complexity in configuring for each of them a different configuration, and you can take risks at the end to do some mismatch between different customers and insert the wrong configuration at the end. So with that ZTP solution, it really helps, because for if you are in the shoes of a reseller, he just manage one stock with a standard configuration. It can ship everywhere without worrying about which gateway is sent to which customer. You just ship the gateway from the stock, and all the configuration topic is done after that. So it really helps in managing the logistic and the stocks.
Right. No, thanks for expanding on that. Yeah, and all of this also ties into the fact that I think when we look at LoRaWAN gateways, one of the top 2, top 3 requirements are generally having remote access to gateways, having long-term support, and having the firmware or being able to change any settings, configuration settings. And I see that now with this, all the 3 are checked. So now this is really good. So going into some other questions from the audience, I see one from Alex. Alex he has a question on how secure is this process of downloading the gateway certificate, and maybe Julian or Jan, you want to expand on that?
I'll take that one. So thank you for the question. It's very useful. Actually, we are using a standard security over the Ethernet, so it's based on HTTPS and TLS. And as I said in the demonstration, we are using certificates from our site, so we can the gateway can identify the server and trust the server, and the server can identify and trust the gateway. So we have both mutual authentication, that's called, and we manage all the trust by using TLS, so standard procedures.
Great, thanks, Alex. I hope this answers your questions. We have another question on how is this Magik link, or how can it be set up without having the backhaul configuration? And I think also quite common for other set of users. So maybe any comments on this one?
Okay. So I'll take that one as well. So indeed, for Magik Link or for ZTP to be running, you need a backhaul configuration. So either so every gateway has an Ethernet connection, so we can use that to plug over the Ethernet and use DHCP, so standard configuration, to download everything and then switch back to cellular, for instance. Or we need to do the old-fashioned way, the legacy way, where you take a USB stick or you connect to the gateway. But ZTP obviously requires internet connection, so there's no magic in there. It's Magik Link, but the link itself needs something.
Great, thanks. I think one of the questions which I know I will be getting, and I'm sure Jan would also be getting this, is if someone already has an existing fleet of Kerlink gateways, is it possible to make use of this feature, and how would they go about it?
Yeah, if we do not speak about very old gateways from the prehistory, yes, all our gateways are compatible with that mechanism. as long as we have, if I'm not wrong, maybe Julian will correct me, as long as we have downloaded at least a basis for firmware quite recent, and after that we will be able to run this ZTP or even ZTEM solutions. But actually all the portfolio of Kerlink today is compatible with that solution.
Great, thanks. And I think, yeah, this, you also mentioned this maintenance part. I think a lot of times people are very much focused on provisioning, and then they forget that, hey, maintenance also is a very important part of maintaining our network. So I think, yeah, addressing both provisioning as well as maintenance is a huge, it's a huge asset for a lot of people with their LoRaWAN gateways. Great.
Yeah, if I may interrupt you, I completely agree with you, Rich. This is key that when you deploy a network, of course you have to consider the price of the gateway itself and also the LNS part itself. But for sure, a key point to be sure of your project is to consider the maintenance cost over 3, 5, even more years, because here we speak about IoT with, generally speaking, quite a long project in the time. And at the end of the day, if you look at the TCOs, the cost of ownership, clearly the maintenance topic takes a majority of the budget. So this is key to consider that at the early beginning of the project, to choose solutions which are compatible with such automated solution for maintenance.
Great. Thanks, Jan. I have, I think, one more question, and if anyone else has, anything to ask Julian, Jan, or me, feel free to post it in the chat. We'll take this last question to Julian. So a lot of times we see that you have multiple backhaul for connectivity. Sometimes you use Ethernet with cellular, sometimes cellular and Wi-Fi, and the other way around. So is there a mechanism in place that if the primary backhaul doesn't work, it can move to the secondary backhaul? And like how can how is this
Sure. That's a very good question. Actually, this is one of the benefits of having multiple backhauls in our gateways, that we have what we call the network manager in there, where you have your favorite backhaul, which could be Ethernet, for instance, and when it fails, then you can fail over to the cellular or the opposite, you choose. But yeah, that's a feature we have, and we have it from from the beginning, I guess. So it's a very old feature that is very well functioning.
If I may, I have a typical case of a customer I cannot disclose here, who starts its deployment with a cellular connectivity, but has the intention after some months of deployments to switch the connectivity to the Wi-Fi. Okay, and typically they will use the ZTP for that. They start deploying with cellular, and when ready with the Wi-Fi access and Wi-Fi infrastructure, they will then just script a new Magik link, and then we'll send it to the gateways that will reboot and then go to the Wi-Fi. So this is a typical usage of both process with the backhaul management and the ZTP.
Great, thanks, Jan. And so I think we are coming towards the end of this webinar. I hope you all find this very useful. If you have any questions or comments, or would like to inquire more details about this, feel free to reach out to us. Happy to engage with you. And once again, thanks, Jan. Thanks, Julian, for this very helpful and insightful webinar. We'll probably see you sometime soon. And in the meantime, enjoy the day. And thanks, everyone, for tuning in.
Thank you for your invitation. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thanks.
Great. All right. Bye-bye.